Hello guys, my name is Sabid and today my topic is about MPU3193E Philosophy and Current Issues. It's a written report, and without further delay, let's dive into the world of philosophy. Before starting, we have to know what is philosophy. In Greek word, the word philia means love and sophia means wisdom. So philosophy is the devotion to wisdom. Loving wisdom means the controllable urge to grasp as much as knowledge as one can and to challenge ideas that one might not agree with, which leads to the introduction to new concepts and theories to bring out a change. Philosophy is paying special attention to the principles and reasons that can relate to our very existence. Seeing the world from perspectives that are broader and non dogmatic, philosophy is the point of asking fundamental questions to get insights into different perspectives on what life is and how it should be approached. Pythagoras of Samos Pythagoras of Samos was a great philosopher who brought new ideas to the world of philosophy through his ethical and intellectual teachings, contribution to the field of mathematical geometry, most notably the Pythagoras theorem, and his contribution to the theory of proportions. The Greek philosopher also confirmed that the earth is not flat but rather spherical. Now we are going to explain about Plato. He is a Socrates student. Plato is one of the greatest philosophers who brought light to the theory of ideas, also known as metaphysics, a fundamental concept in philosophy. He introduced the academy, the first Western university, as well being, happiness, and moral actions. Plato also introduced the theory of forms, which explains that the physical world and existence having meaning only because human beings give it meaning. Plato is also greatly credited for writing The Republic. John Locke. John Locke, also known as the father of liberalism, for his role in the movement which paved the way for the government to require consent from the governed. He made great contributions to the research in politics, government, and education. He also emphasized the importance of tolerance, mostly concerning religion. He played a role in epistemology to enlighten more people to think from different perspectives and resist dogmatic ideas and beliefs.
Synopsis. The movie begins with Jagdish, a soldier in the Indian Army and specialist in the Defense Intelligence Agency. After a long and challenging year at the military, he decided to go on a recess from duty holiday to spend time with his family back at home in Mumbai, Andhra Pradesh. His family have arranged for him to get married to a young lady named Nisha, who at the movie progress grows very close to Jagdish. Regrettably, he finds himself wrapped up in a conflict with deadly terrorists. The terrorists have secretly taken over the different parts of the city as Jagdish takes it upon himself to dismantle the terrorist network of sleeper cells. Placing his holidays on hold in order to apprehend the head of this terrorist operation and stop his plan of placing bombs in 12 different areas of the city in a attempt to retaliate against India and also cause panic and fear among the people of India.
Fun facts about the movie. The film's prime antagonist, played by Vidyat Yamwal, is not given a name in the film. The climax scene, featuring bombing, uses real-life explosions to enhance the realism of the film. Thuppakki became one of the highest-grossing films, Tamil films, in 2012, grossing over 100 rupees crore. Due to its popularity and film success, Thuppakki was remade in Hindi called Holiday, A Soldier is Never Off Duty. The film was directed by A.R. Murugadoss. The film certainly serves as a tribute to the Indian Armed Forces. Thank you.
Metaphysics is a branch of philosophy that dives into the fundamental nature of reality, existence, and the universe. It examines profound questions about the being, identity, time, space, and the relationship between mind and matter. It contains major concepts like ontology, which studies the nature of being and existence, cosmology, which explores the origins, structures, and the dynamics of the universe, epistemology, which investigates the nature and limits of knowledge as it relates to reality. Metaphysics seeks to uncover the underlying principles that connect these elements, offering insights into the nature of truth, the essence of existence, and our place within the cosmos.
Metaphysics is showing the scene through the journey of the Jagdish searching for his purpose as a soldier. He explains that the sacrifices are necessary for the life of a soldier he has chosen. This whole thing emphasizes how individuals culture when searching for purpose in their lives. Existentialism is a human condition of freely determining the course of your lives, the responsibility and the stress that come with creating your own meaning in life. We see that Jagdish has chosen the life as a soldier, and he understands the duties, sacrifice, and the moral implications that come with it. Ethical impacts. The scene Jagdish makes a shocking decision to end his life for the great good of his nation. This shows that he's willing to do the risk and everything for what he believes is right, and also his morals for doing what is right have no limitation, which might encourage others to do the same things.
This scene focuses on the metaphysical concept by showing human identity and duality, meaning everything is not as it always seems. Stereotyping people at first glance is something society is guilty of. When Jagdish learns that initially Nisha seems like an ordinary and traditional young woman, he soon learns that she has a secret identity as a female boxer. This scene emphasizes the reality that most people tend to hide their real self and live secret life in the shadows. The reason people choose to have secret identities is because they fear judgment from people about certain things they choose to do, the soul searching to discover things about themselves in solitaire for self-growth, to reinvent themselves, mischief, or the hidden identities that are not accepted by friends or family. Cultural impact. Most cultures are strict on how people should behave, which might limit the dreams and goals which lead to people having double identities. Ethical impacts. Having a secret identity comes with deception, as the person deliberately hide their true self. This raises questions about the ethic of honesty and transparency. In philosophy, the concept of humans explore what defines human nature, existence, and purpose. It focuses on traits like reason, self-awareness, and morality. It examines the balance between biological and social dimensions, emphasizing freedom, dignity, and meanings. Philosophers also explore how humans relate to others, the environment, and the universe, challenging us to understand our place and purpose in the world.
The human concept inside the movie illustrates how humans are very emotional and value the relationships they have with close and loved ones. The importance of family is highlighted, as it shows that even though circumstances is related from within, love for family and dear ones highlights on emotional vulnerability. Quite often, male figures are led to believe that they should not express emotions as it shows weakness, but this is not the case at all. Jagdish is both a soldier and a son. His role within the family presents his role in society. The idea of unity and spending time with family and loved ones is something that is not existed enough in our modern cultures, and solid emotional things already stands with much more judgments, as these decisions are informed by what is considered right, wrong, and good bad. On the other hand, one can say emotional connections are important because they communicate things leading to encouraging discussions and a lot of confusion. People should be rational thinkers by using logic and probable reasons to solve problems.
Hello, my my name is Xinyi. Since two things shows the human concept through moral and values, is there such a thing as going too far? Or are there simply no limits to what is responsible or acceptable? Social and cultural impact. Human will do anything for survival. People who are incapable of feeling remorse have no moral compass. People included do the things which will infallible doom our society. The things is labeled how bad and cultural human beings are. Actual impacts. If one does find themselves bending those moral debts, question the standards and practice and act those members. On the other hand, one can say we are correct in Christians and are law beyond our control that force us to bend our moral.
Hello, I'm Ruixuan. Postmodern relativism is the belief that truth, meaning, and because are not fixed but depend on each person's perspective, culture, and experience. It rejects the idea of one universal tree and instead believe that different viewpoints cannot be valid. What is true or meaningful for one person might not be the same for another, and that's okay. It focuses on understanding and accepting different ways of seeing the world by working in the visual and cultural difference. Cause postmodern relativism challenges strict rules and encourages flexible, creative approaches to understanding life, knowledge, and reality. It's seen as a fluid idea, and even rather than something static or absolute. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Oscar from Group 3. Today I'll be talking about the ideology of postmodernism relativism. An example of this is when the main character Jagadish is on a phone call with the leader of the terrorist group. This scene shows the complexity of the whole situation as both Jagadish and the leader of the terrorist group believe what they're doing is right in their own respective way. There are multiple perspectives as the leader of the terrorist group believes in extremism while Jagadish believes in peace and anti-violence. The social implications and the cultural impacts are. This scene shows us the deeper reasons why the terrorists went about the violent act. To them, it's about restoring the honor of their nation. That means doing whatever it takes, even if that means killing innocent people. To Jagadish, it's all about maintaining peace and making sure that the people of his home country are safe. Although one can argue that the ethics and the morals of the terrorists are wrong, their political decision to retaliate against India impacts innocent people who have no say in the whole situation. While also one can argue that not everyone have the same standards of moral behavior. What might be harsh to me might be something that is necessary to be done for the greater good to someone else.
Decolonization is the process of achieving freedom from colonial rule and dismantling the influences that shape society, including governance, economy, education, and culture, often imposed by Western systems. It involves reclaiming independence, restoring indigenous knowledge and traditions, and challenging the dominance of colonial structures. The goal is to restore self-determination, rebuild cultural identity, and create systems that reflect the values and needs of local communities. Decolonization is not just political, but also social and cultural, focusing on healing historical justices and empowering communities to thrive on their own terms.
From Senate, Jagdish, with the help of his military friends, put down 12 sleeper cells. It shows hope that the country can be free of terrorists and the people can continue living peacefully. Social and current impacts. This screen shows us that to get freedom, you have to stand up for what you believe in. Fighting against oppression of an enemy needs unity and determination from all the people of society. Ethical impacts. Once the 12 sleeper cells were killed, were the ethic and moral of the 12 military men terminated because most people would say taking someone's life is not of ethical stance or do their morals remain unchanged as the men were doing what they must. We learn the expression price people pay for freedom, often bending their moral compass to get freedom. But when one is finally free, he can make decisions and act independently. Freedom is a wonderful thing that is only limited by our decision making capabilities.
The explosion of the ship in Thuppakki, which annihilates the sleeper cells orchestrating terrorism, can be interpreted as a metaphor for decolonization when viewed through a critical lens. Sleeper cells represent an external force that threat infiltrating and destabilizing the governance of the state. Their elimination symbolizes reclaiming autonomy and resisting foreign control. Jagdish, as member of the Indian Army, embodies the nation's ability to protect its authority. This asserts a decolonial narrative by showcasing self-reliance and indigenous resilience. However, the act of annihilating the sleeper cells raises questions about the ethical boundaries of such measures. While it achieves justice, it also involves the use of extreme violence, reflecting the morally grey decisions often faced in post-colonial struggles for liberation. Decolonization movements often involved similar ethical dilemmas, balancing violence against oppressors with the desire for peace and justice. The explosion symbolizes the sacrifices required during decolonization, where achieving freedom often came at the cost of lives, resources, and moral uncertainty. This highlights the ethical complexity of liberation movements. By ending the threat, Jagdish asserts the nation's right to define its path without interference. This act aligns with the decolonial ideals of reclaiming cultural and political independence.
So, concluding everything we've said so far, we now know that philosophy is the love for wisdom. We also know that philosophy is the activity people undergo when they seek the fundamental truths about themselves and the very world we live in. We also know that the human concept is about understanding human behavior. The concept of metaphysics is about understanding reality and our very existence. The concept of postmodernism relativism is about the fact that there are no absolute truths or no universal truths. The concept of decolonization mainly centralizes on freedom, mainly about the fact that countries should be free from colonial rule. These concepts help us understand philosophy from different perspectives. Analyzing Thuppakki illustrates how philosophy can be incorporated in different or in everyday life to break down problems and solve complex problems through deep philosophical thinking. The movie Thuppakki also teaches us about love, unity, patriotism, sacrifice, romance, morality. The most important thing and the philosophical idea that should be taken away from the whole report should be that situations should be viewed from different perspectives.